But look, Cassandra, EB,
Yo.
Janelle, April, Demetrius, thank you guys so much.
This
This
is a fun conversation.
This has been one of the most fun ones. We've done a whole lot.
Make this a mini series, Kevin.
Right?
We can do it.
Yes, because let's start bringing
our
to that
dating
high value
forward.
man part in the Kevin
Okay.
Samuel stuff. I wanted to go there. I was
That
ready.
man-
That's a good one.
That
We
man
left
is
some
a
stuff on the
charlatan,
table.
okay? He is a charlatan. I said it. I stand by it. Anybody peddling his trash can go to the left.
Stay
Cause
tuned to part 2.
we're not even sure about his sexuality while he out here. Sir, have all the seats.
Wow.
I said what I said, and I stand by it.
Said it with her chest.
Here's the thing
I
about
Said it with a chest.
Yes, said it with her chest, okay?
here's the
You
thing
didn't see me
about,
poke it out.
about Kevin Samuels. This is kind of my opinion. We can all go around and talk about it. It's just he seems tremendously shallow to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I remember talking to my mom about my dad, and my dad, you know, he worked at a bank, and he would be what Kevin Samuels would view as a high value man.
Mm-hmm.
But when he and my mom were dating and living in Hyde Park in Chicago, when my dad was going to business school, like they were sneaking hot dogs into the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? And they, you know, it just seems like with Kevin Samuels, everything is like, and I know he's an image consultant, but like everything isn't about image. Some things are about like organic substance. Like my friendship with Demetrius is not about image. It's because we're two brothers that have similar interests. EB's my brother because we're bros, not because of the image or because of our letters, or I mean, we're friends. You know what I'm saying? All three of the ladies I've known for different periods of time, but we're friends not because it's a good look for me to be friends with you. That's what it is. And it just seems like Kevin Samuels says, well, if you want a man that makes this, you have to do this. You have to be willing to put up with this. Like, no. Is that what you want? You want a man
But you know what?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I agree with you 1000%. I feel like so much of his stuff is very superficial. And the thing of it is, there are certain things that he has said, I feel that other people say, but because they say it differently, we are open to it. And then also on top of that, some of the things that he said, we have thought, but we, you know, we don't say. So just like he said about you'll have to put up with certain things, I've thought that before too, because people were like, oh, you know, would you ever date, you know, a pro ball player or a this or that? And I just be like, no, because that's a whole set of issues I don't want to deal with. And that's all that Kevin Samuel is saying. He's saying, you want to do that? You might have to deal with this.
There's going to be consequences.
Right. And I think because he picks these topics that make people, especially guys, kind of zoom in and pay attention and listen to, you know, he's just basically piques some people's interest, because some of the things that he has said, I can't co-sign. I can't, because he a hot mess. But I think he has awakened a level of conversation where I would say we need to start listening to each other. Not listening to him, but we do need to start listening to each other. Because sometimes, I mean, I love my sisters to death, but sometimes I'm so big about self-reflection. And I think sometimes Black women, we do not have it. We will be 1000% wrong and we will not apologize. We'll be bigger than the people on my 600-pound life. And we be like, you better love every fat, every fold, and we can't hardly breathe.
The folks on 600-pound life all have wives.
They all got somebody that
basically the premise is eat cake.
Eat cake, I made.
And not only do they have someone, they got someone dedicated. They got someone willing to push them out on the back porch. Get that hose. I'm not joking. He pushed her out in a wheelchair on the back porch, hooked the hose to the hot water heater, and hosed her down every morning. And was proud to be with her.
I saw that episode. Yeah,
right,
he was happy.
Right.
This was his thing. Kevin Samuels, we jump back. It's two things. He's an image consultant, so he's consulting his own image. He's telling you what he's doing. He's telling you it's not real, and we still keep. And then I know Kev's a hip hop head. Didn't Kanye and Jay-Z tell us about this in Paris?
Yes, but see the thing.
Nobody understands what he's saying. It doesn't matter. It gets the people going.
Yes,
that's exactly what he's doing. He's doing that line in real life.
True.
And people keep
he found
going.
His niche. He's
found provocative.
And he's
it's provocative. Yeah,
it is very provocative. My issue, okay, aside from the question that remains about his sexuality and his delivery. It's not
I don't know anything about his sexuality.
Oh, you didn't see that part?
I did not.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that part. Do we need to tell the people what happened?
Tell them, Janelle.
So there's an image floating around with Kevin Samuels and what would appear to be a man laying in the bed behind him. Now, he has, since refuted it and says, that's not what it was. But, I mean,
he said, yes.
Yeah, it looked pretty. It looked
yeah, we tight. If you need a place to crash, you can always crash. But
look,
one of us sleeping in my bed.
That man, EB is my brother. That is my Alpha Phi Alpha. That is my brother. Yeah, but
he mean what? He gonna sleep in bed.
He was like, look, Kev, I'm in Chicago. I'm stuck, man. Come through. You good?
Okay.
I'm gonna take the couch. If you need the bedroom, that's fine. But it ain't gonna be no laying in the bed commiserating together.
No.
Okay.
No.
I know you're going in this one. Okay. All right. Okay.
Right. It's a bro code, right? I feel like that's a bro code violation. But listen, you can't out anybody. People have to do that on their own time. So I'm not going to spark that debate. And while we're being humorous with this, I do want to respect people's lifestyle choices. That's not what I'm against. That's not what I'm saying. My thing is, like, he's putting on this false air of like he himself is a high value man who is open to dating women. And then he's delivering albeit some of the things he says, they do, like Cassandra was saying, they do have some validity. It's how he's saying it. It's the delivery. And then you got people who are absolutely not even remotely close to being a high value man. Like, here's a high value man. You in a whole nother universe, bro. And you're sharing this on, your little Facebook platforms and using it in a way to be demeaning to Black women. And to degrade Black women. And he's perfectly fine with that because it's profitable for him. That is where I draw the line.
He's established just like Howard Stern, just like Corey Holcomb, people like that. Like, I'm rude on purpose for the purpose of kind of being provocative, like Demetri.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think when that many people start paying attention, I feel that we, at the very least, we need to listen. Because a lot of times we write people off, but it's just like people are saying something. And one of the things that we keep on saying is if we're just like, well, no, if you're saying this, I don't want to listen to you at all. Well, that's why we are continuing to have the issues that we're having as Black people and trying to date and trying to, if it's our purpose to find the one, part of it is that we won't listen to people honestly say what they have to say and the issues that they've encountered. So I feel we should listen, not to him.
I mean,
but he will
listen to someone.
He'll give that same energy to men. That just doesn't go viral.
Right.
He gives that same energy to me.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm like, everybody who's sharing this, having big laughs, you know, at the expense of Black women, why aren't you sharing the ones where he's also calling, you know, a certain sect of Black women out for their shortcomings? That's my issue. And then too, I was gonna say he would never, ever, ever, ever have anyone Black women on his show like us. He only has a certain type of, you know, women.
That's for a reason.
Exactly. And so that's why I call him a charlatan, because I'm just like, if you're gonna have this platform and you're gonna call yourself trying to, you know, disseminate information for the better of the community and dating in the Black community at large, then, you know, tell the whole story. Don't just choose bits and pieces of it, you know, for the sake of sensationalism. Like that's not authentic to me. So I can't take you seriously. You know, let me come on the show, Kevin Samuels. I mean, who am I? But I just called you out, though. Cut it out.
I watched that episode. That episode, I tuned in.
Honey, I'd be all on that episode.
Right? I think people pay him to go on the show. Like, you can't fall into the show. I think you have to become like a member of his show. And then, you know, to actually,
I didn't know that.
And then to actually be like, you know, have the
one-on-one. So you're paying him to degrade you.
I think you're paying him for the abuse. It's like,
I further stand by what I said earlier. Then,
yeah,
wow.
Because every time that I've seen the clips that people have passed around, I always get a low self-esteem from the women that are talking to him, because they're just willing to accept so much less. And just like you said, that it seems like it's always superficial with him. I feel like they are trying to find something superficial, that they're thinking about the money, 6 figures, and this and this and that. And I feel like that's the world that they live in. They're not thinking about being authentic and having an authentic connection with people. I feel like it's a money chasing thing. I mean, and they don't feel good enough about themselves to do any better.
I mean,
if you outweigh your self-esteem, if you pay someone to degrade you, that's the whole story.
And the thing is, and I don't mean to cut anyone off, I'm sorry, but it just seems like that's literally like, I guess he's a good looking guy. I don't know, but like he wears very nice shoes. He seems to dress very well, but like that is what he has to offer. You know what I'm saying? And the fact is,
he has to offer.
I was listening to some of his shows in preparation for this, and he was like, I don't date women my age. I date women in their mid-20s, early 30s. Like, I mean, I'm not saying you can't date someone older or younger, but if you only date people,
there's a reason for that.
With much less experience,
they can control them.
And much less,
exactly.
You know, right? I mean, that's telling to me. I mean, the thing is, there are some beautiful 25-year-old women, but if I want to have a conversation like the one we're having, I specifically said I didn't want a 22-year-old woman to come talk to me about dating because they don't have the same level of perspective that all of us have. You know what I mean?
They haven't had the experiences that we've had.
Exactly.
And if you don't want someone with experience and perspective and just seasoning in this life, what does that say about what you really want? You want someone that you can manipulate. You want someone that you can control.
Exactly.
You don't want someone that can, like, no 26-year-old woman is going to talk to Kevin Samuels and say, this is something you should do, because he's not going to listen.
Right.
If he is who he says he is, he wouldn't listen to a young woman about anything because he knows everything. You know what I'm saying?
Or so he thinks.
End of rant.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think I have kept you guys on for 2 hours. I appreciate you guys. You are the best. I'm gonna invite you all back. I don't know if we'll talk about this, but we'll talk about something. Okay. Demetrius has been on my last 3 or 4. I know this, so I got you, brother. But I appreciate all you. So Cassandra, EB, Eric, I'm sorry, Janelle, April, Demetrius, thank you so much for being on. Please comment, like, and subscribe to this video as well as the Area 309 channel on YouTube. Again, my name is Kevin Smith. I'm in the light. I'm trying to get out of the light. But again, my name is Kevin Smith. This is Think Tank 309. Thank you for watching.